Why would Etsy be hiding your listings from search? One big reason people sell their items on Etsy rather than their own marketplace, their own website, is because of the audience. A massive amount of people are searching on Etsy to buy, so appealing to that captive audience of buyers should be way easier than being out alone in the vastness of Google. But what happens if your items are hidden from the Etsy search? Now, this isn't a seasonal horror story. This can really happen. So, I'm going to cover some of the reasons this might be happening and if you can fix or prevent them. And the last one is a little not safe for work. So, be aware who's peeking over your shoulder when you get there. Number one, your shop isn't indexed. It can seem like everything is okay in your shop, but when you search, your listings don't show anywhere in search. This is not the same as you not ranking well. If you pick too competitive a keyword with a new or a small shop, then there might just be too many other listings in the search and you won't show up high in the search. Check out my video for ranking in search. But to test if it's not actually being indexed is the issue, then you can try adding a random tag to one of your listings. I use Pam Test 1. This is something no one else would use at all. Publish your listing and wait a few hours, then search for the keyword on Etsy. Your listing should show up in the search results page for this bonkers keyword because it's such an unusual keyword. Etsy doesn't have other listings to show for you. If it doesn't show you, then it's likely that your listings are not indexed in search. If you're a brand new shop, it might take Etsy a little while to verify your shop, but this is an issue only Etsy can address, so you need to contact them and let them know what you found. For an existing shop, this means you're not being seen in search and your competitors are. Not only will you not be making sales from those customers who may have found you in search, but also it may mean when your shop is indexed again, your listings may rank a little lower in search. So if this has happened to you, then if you can, try driving some traffic, for example, from your social media to build up the momentum for your shop again, because obviously your competitors have got ahead of you. And number two is your shop is on pause. Something Etsy can do if you get a massive influx of sales or if you have too many overdue orders, and Etsy doesn't let us know how many sales this will be, is that Etsy can pause your shop while you send out your orders. I am actually hearing a lot of people say their shop has been paused by accident just now. Etsy might be ramping up the system at the minute. Etsy used to deal with this problem by de-indexing your items from search, but lately I'm hearing more and more shops are being placed on vacation mode. If this happens, then Etsy should send you an email letting you know about this. Obviously, your shop being on vacation is even worse for your business than your listings just being de-indexed, because not only are you not getting sales from new customers from search, but also all your existing customers and followers can't find you to purchase again. All you can do is work on getting your current orders shipped as quickly as possible, using Etsy shipping labels or tracking if you can, and hopefully Etsy will unpause your shop quickly. Communicate with your followers so they know what's going on and hopefully can support you when your shop is live again. And be aware that lots of overdue orders can also trigger an Etsy reserve, where Etsy holds a portion of your sales monies until your items are shipped. Although this should be a smaller amount than in the past where they held up to 75% of your income, this can still come as a nasty surprise, so try and have some spare funds saved up to cover shipping and supplies you'll need to process these orders and get them out and get your shop unpaused. Obviously, with the Christmas period coming up with hopefully higher number of buyers, this situation is a worry for most buyers. I don't know what amount of sales above normal causes Etsy to pause your shop. So in this quiet period, make sure you have all the raw materials and packaging you're going to need so there's nothing slowing down your shipping. Also, make sure your processing times are fair for yourself. Better to give yourself a day or two extra wiggle room showroom rather than overpromise and end up shipping late. Third is Etsy's throttling your listings. This one's harder to see or prove that it's even happening to your shop because it happens more on the customer level. Etsy search is personalized based on customer searching, so what one person sees will not always be the same as another person when searching for the exact same keyword phrase. And Etsy tells us one factor they look into, amongst others, is how often they've shown listings to the same customer or how often they've shown certain listings for the same keyword. And this does make sense. It sucks for us, I guess. If Etsy keeps on showing the same listing to people when they search and they're just not buying them, then Etsy want to try and show slightly different listings. So this might mean that although your SEO is on point and your listing has a great listing quality score, so it should be ranking well in search, sometimes Etsy will just not show it so often to the customers. But the good news with this is, if your listing is great and sells better than the others, then Etsy will start showing it again really soon. This is not a glitch or even a bad thing. If Etsy didn't test slightly different listings sometimes, then the search page would be very stale with the exact same listings all the time, and they would get all the sales, and none of our new listings or new shops would ever get a chance to show up in search. So this is not a glitch or an issue, it's more of a feature. Now, that fourth and final way Etsy can hide your listings, and this is the more adult subject. It's basically shadow banning certain words and phrases. I didn't even know this was a thing until it was recently brought to my attention. I then spent a lot of time talking to Etsy, and they gave me permission to share what I discovered. Basically, if your listing is mature of an adult nature, then it will not show up in search for more vanilla search terms. It's literally banned from showing up in search for those items. To an extent, this does make sense. Customers were complaining when they searched for toys, a perfectly innocent search. They were getting some very not so innocent results right there on the front page of search, which, depending on who is searching or who's around you when you're searching, this might not be the results you want showing on your computer screen. So Etsy's shadow banned, or they call it a mature content restriction, all these mature listings. This even applies to searches within a shop page. So if someone comes to a mature shop and wants to find all the necklaces or bracelets, then they can't just search for that term and see everything in the shop that's a necklace or a bracelet. I know this sounds terrible, but I'm going to explain why, although it's a bit sneaky, it's not as bad as it sounds, and also how we can work within those new rules. Firstly, I will say it might be tempting to remove all the mature terms so Etsy doesn't know your item is adult in nature and it shows up in all the normal searches. I don't recommend trying to game the system like this for two reasons. One, whether we agree with it or not, Etsy has this in place to make sure they're not showing mature content to people who don't want to see it. It's part of Etsy policies that we agree to that we mark mature listings correctly as mature. If we don't comply with Etsy's policies, then our listings or even our shop can be removed. And the second is the keywords you're aiming for are likely not going to be a good fit for your product. If a customer is searching for a silver bracelet, then it's very unlikely that they really wanted a BDSM silver cuff for adult fun. They more likely wanted jewelry. So if your items did show up in search, then the customer wouldn't likely buy them anyway, so you'd be wasting your time. Yes, of course, keywords very specific to your items may be much less searched for, but it is a very specific customer who's searching for a BDSM choker. They know exactly what they're looking for, and they're very likely to purchase something they see in the search results page. And they're also likely not to be offended by what they see there. So yes, your listings won't show up for a choker or necklace, bracelet or armband, but they're not hidden for the more long tail keywords containing the word, like BDSM necklace, which are better, more niche specific keywords anyway. Now, the big issue here is for people searching inside your shop. Sadly, we don't really know what keywords they're searching for. That would be lovely to know, but we can guess. People are likely searching for a type of item, necklace or bracelet, or a material or a type of stone, or things like that. There's no way around the search not working within your shop. All we can do is try and make sure we have as helpful as possible sections in our shop that help customers find the things they're most likely searching for. That being said, as it's possible to shadow ban an individual for specific words, then it's possible that this happens in different categories or even by mistake. It seems it's possible to quickly find if your listings are being found in search for specific keywords, even if they don't have enough ranking power to rank yet, by searching in your own shop. It could be a good way to double check that your listings are not flagged by mistake. So that's 4 ways Etsy could be hiding your items. Did I miss any?